This is Charlie Gam. This is October 13th, 2007, and I'm talking to Floyd Hamilton, and he's telling me about my father up in Alaska. Here's Floyd. Tell me about the guy losing the film. He worked with you and my dad.
Well, the long story is that he knew the company, and he got him up there, and he was a truck driver. But him and I got to be friends somehow or other. We bet each other we could grow the whiskers the longest. His was the blackest, but mine was the longest. Okay. Kinky. They was a good 10 inches long.
Down to your boobs.
And every hair was kinky in that cold weather. Of course, I got a heavy beard anyway. And so when we got done, he had a good camera, and my camera wasn't too good. And those is a picture I took with my camera. And they must have been, well, they had to be 200 or 250 pictures that he had taken. And we got home. Well, he said, I'll send you the pictures, and you tell me how much, and I pay you. Well, I waited, and about it was a good 2 months, and I had his address, so I finally called him, and he is home 3 weeks. He got in a car wreck and was killed. And his wife had no idea what he'd done with them film, because it was in, I'm trying to think of it, in Flint, Michigan.
Okay. You said, what did my dad like to operate most of the time?
He was on a motor grader.
Most of the time. I seen him on a push cat a couple times when his grader broke down. And other than that, he was on the grader all the time. Okay. And you slid one of those turner poles or something off, caught on something and almost flipped over the rig on that one you're showing me a picture of. Is that the way it was?
Yeah. I run 2 or 3 times when my cat was broke down. I run one of them, but I knew take a chance. I seen them boys, and they was a cowboy, and they'd hit a bump, and they go to steer it, and it wasn't enough because they'd run about 35 miles an hour. And I seen them go off, and the trees, they averaged 6 inches and sometimes 8. And I seen them just whomp them over just like they was.
Okay. Well, you told me a couple other funny stories before. Can you think of something funny that you remember about being up there? Offhand, I can't recall now.
About the guy that cut my hair.
Maybe so. Okay.
I'd been up there a good bit, and my hair grew then bad. I looked like a bear. This Elmer Holland, he was a mechanic, and he was the only one of the whole bunch that had clippers and the scissors. He took them clippers, and he went right up the middle of my hair and just to the skin, down like that. Then went over here like this, and there I looked like a mohawk with a double.
Mohawk in reverse.
One of the guys there, he took the scissors and I trimmed it up. I looked like the devil.
Nobody looking at you except the other fellows.
Oh, but there was about, let's see, I think in that barracks, there was about all operators that swing shifts. In that barracks, I think there's about 75 men.
that, oh, we went to bed at 9 o'clock, played cards like that. Had one guy, he wanted to be an operator, but they put him on a grease truck, and he was called Moon. And the Army boys would come, and they get that whiskey and stuff cheap. Then they'd give maybe $12 for a quart of whiskey, and they'd come down along the line. There's $75. And this Moon he was drunk all the time. He was working, and he'd dream. And they had an old sheepskin coat, and he'd get a dreaming. And he'd talk, and then he'd piss the bed. Oh, he'd be better in hell, but he couldn't. He didn't know.
What happened to him?
Oh, yeah. Funny.
So, can you think of anything else that you might want to say there about my father? That's a relation you may want to listen to that tape.
Well, he was working for one company here in Terre Haute, and I was working for another. And a lot of times we get off work maybe about the same time, and somehow I'd catch up with him in West Terre Haute, and he'd stop at the stop. I'd run up and bump him in the rear end. He'd throw his hat down. He knew, everything he knew it was me. He and I are always good buddies. But other than up there on the Lassen Highway, I can't ever remember being on a job with him other than there.
Up there.
There.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay. Well, think of anything else you want to say there. I appreciate your memories of that. And,
I wish you'd had this the other day when I had all that. I tell you what I'll do. I'll write down.
Okay. Okay.
But there's nobody I know that was up there.
Yeah. Now they're probably about all gone now, Floyd. And I'm not pushing you. You're doing good. I want to. You better stay well. I want to come to your 100th birthday so I can eat your cake.
Did I tell you we'd go Thursday? What happened to me?
No, I don't think so.
About a month. It was a month after I took chemo. They give me a blood test.
This is after we seen you. It's been about a month since we've been here, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they always took blood and everything's all right, but they took extra blood. The doctor pulled it himself, and it went on 2 or 3 days, and they called me. And the nurse called me and said everything was just fine. And I said, you tell that doctor that I've got an awful hurt.
Where you're around your heart?
Last night. I figured that she maybe tell him, maybe she wouldn't. About 15 or 20 minutes, she called back and said, the doctor said, we're sending the papers over to the hospital. You go get a blood transfusion. And it was they gave me 2 pints of blood. What was the matter? My red blood cells was just about 3 points higher than they should, but my white ones. But my red blood cells has worked on it, and they was too low, and I wasn't.